Hello everybody, it is Wednesday, the 23rd of August. I want to talk again about Sophia and Philetos, or the Christ, which I'm wondering, whether that was a match made in heaven or not. Because it is wisdom coming together with desire. When we look at any teaching, but obviously now looking at a Gnostic depiction of the heavens, where the eons, and the eons is that which was created from the beginning, they are paired up into something that should complement each other. Yeah, so a couple should give and receive of each other to, make a whole, to complement each other. So I haven't looked at the other eons, whether they actually have gotten it together in us. But Sophia and Philetos were the last eons that were paired up. And that is wisdom and desire, trying to create a whole, to come together. Now, in the story of the Bible, and also in the Gnostics, they said Sophia fell. There was a fall. Sophia was the youngest eon. She only just came into awareness, or into being. Wisdom only just came into being, and really, again, she did not know herself, nor does desire. Yeah, they were the two youngest. So they have to learn what they actually are and what they work and how to get together, how to become one. So then in the story, when Sophia falls into ignorance of herself and she becomes solid matter, she is solid matter. So solid matter is actually then wisdom. It is the embodiment of wisdom that the desire comes into, trying to receive of it or trying to create together with it. So that is when God created the world, he was talking to wisdom. His desire was for trees and all the other things that he wanted, and wisdom actually created into a form where all the separate desires would work together to become an ecosystem, a self-sustaining whole, which is wisdom. Cooperation is wisdom. Yeah? It's definitely a higher form of wisdom than wanting to have dominion over something and rule over it, and everything should be done according to me. That is a very, very low state of wisdom. So, she became solid matter. Wisdom became solid matter. And then it's really, you could say that when desire comes in, it's now learning the hard way. But that, again, it is then the experience of your desire in this world and what it works, and whether it is good or bad, or where can it do good and where can it not do good. And if you get it wrong, it will create suffering in the solid world. But then there you should know good and bad. Now, when I said from the beginning, because they were the youngest, they don't know themselves yet, as newborn children don't know themselves. But they're trying to find out what they are. Again, through the interaction with each other, knowing themselves. So when a desire became solid matter in Jesus, and that was the desire, again, to have dominion, dressed up as something that would give. Well, it did give, yeah? But it was not content with staying in this world to do what it knew, like in doing the miracles and healing and stuff. It wasn't content with that. That knowledge was only there to lead, to bring in something else, to bring in this heaven. So really she was deceived. And if we say right now we are in a world where there are no more miracles, where matter will not yield as easily to the desire, ask and you shall be given, that doesn't really work anymore all that well in this world, does it? Work then. So maybe wisdom has wisened up and has closed herself again and said, let me think about this. What actually happened here? Yeah? So, but it should really teach both. And I think wisdom has learned, matter has learned that to give is not actually the way forward. I think matter has also learned that if something new comes, again, you should be cautious. Yeah, you should not just open yourself up to it and give to it, but get to know it first. Yeah, see it in its entirety first, before you do anything. But there is Sophia growing in wisdom, and again, she learned the hard way. Because when Jesus, and then when you look at this, when Jesus went to the cross, I mean, there was the way of Sophia in the teaching, which was there from the beginning when she created the ecosystems. Give to one another, yeah, be in cooperation with one another. And greater things will you do as long as you are in her thinking, doing according to her, where everything has got a right to be, everything receives according to what it is, gives and receives according to what it is, as long as you are in that thinking, and which is wisdom, which is a form of wisdom contained inside of this world in matter. Greater things will you do if you go that way. But those who will want to go my way, you pick up your cross, you deny yourself, you deny the flesh, and you go to the kingdom of the Father, which is the kingdom of desire. And there you can do whatever you want. So basically, when Jesus sacrificed the flesh in order to have it all, he basically sacrificed wisdom. That's what he did. He sacrificed wisdom in order to, well, if there's no wisdom, you can do whatever you like. But, and here is this desire that is out there, that wants to come and rule over matter. And again, it's not a question of ruling over. Matter does not rule over the desire either. Yeah? It does not give, or it should not give, indiscriminately, everything to all. Wisdom says, I give as much and I give in a place where it works for all. And I think when we get to that point, then matter will yield. Not because we want it, but because it's good for all. Yeah? We are not the only thing here. Our desire is not the only thing in this world. It will yield when it is good for all. And then wisdom should be, well, we are solid matter. Wisdom should be within us about what it is we're asking. And then again, it becomes one. But when Jesus went, he brought the knowledge. They bring knowledge to that intention, to that desire to rule over everything. And it grows in knowledge to overcome matter. Overcome. Because they do not see it as wisdom. They only see their own desire. That's all they are. They are purely male. They're just desire. And they do not understand, this matter is just working against us. It doesn't give to us. We need to, beat the flesh daily. Beat it into submission. Because the will of desire must be done. And no, wisdom will not yield. And it's growing through all the attack. It's like the immune system in your body. Through all the attacks, it grows in wisdom. Wisdom is growing. Should be growing. Think is growing. We're just not aware of it. It's that desire that just doesn't get it. It is not learning. It gains more and more knowledge and is trying the same thing over and over again, and it just doesn't sink in. So that's the last thing I want to talk about, and that is the state of separation, where we keep saying, and again that is an intuitive knowledge out of ourselves, that we are in a state of separation. And that is not a state of separation from each other or from this world. Folks, if you were separated from this world, from each other, then honestly, you wouldn't give a damn. You would be in the state of a psychopath. The fact that you care, the fact that there's so many that are trying to figure out what the hell is going on, means that we are connected. It is because we are connected that we care. So that is not the separation we're talking about. The separation is really still those last 2 eons that have not gotten it together again in us. Desire and wisdom. Now, for us to find wisdom, the first thing we have to admit is that we don't know it all. If you don't admit that you don't know something, you cannot learn. Yeah? So those that say, well, I am all, I am infinite awareness, matter doesn't matter. They are full on the male, incapable of gaining wisdom. So the first thing is to admit that we do not know. The second stage, I would say, is for us to actually understand that those teachings do not talk about something that is out there in another dimension. It's talking about inside of us. We need to put the correct meaning to the labels. Sophia is wisdom. It is wisdom that took solid form. It is desire that tries to, like the egg. It is desire that is the sperm that tries, the seed that tries to come in to create something. And what they will create is according to the mother. It will be another solid form. Wisdom needs to know what to give, where to give, how much to give, And the male, the desire, should actually see its own function in this. And again, it is what Jesus said, that knowledge was given to serve. It should serve the female. It should enhance the female. It should, yeah. But for that, you need to bring something that works with her, that works with what she is. So if the male wanted to truly give to the female, then he must work with what she has already created, and what he brings in needs to work with what is already created. And then it is really the female having autonomy over her own body that will then direct where the male can do its works. Yeah? She lets him in, she lets the desire in, but she will restrict it to where it can do its works in her own body. Where it is beneficial to all, and there is wisdom not letting everything in, and there is the male accepting that he cannot have it all. He can be here. Desire can be in this world. Actually, it is what is evolving wisdom. Yeah, so it does give, but it should accept the restrictions, that it is not the only thing in this world when it comes in. It has a place somewhere, but it's not all. There's this God out there that wants to come, that wants to gain knowledge of this whole thing. He wants to be all, and he can't. Wisdom is denying him that desire. Right. And then he should really know himself. This is what I am. That is what I can do. The will to have dominion over everything can do something. It does, because sometimes we overcome problems, yes. But the male needs to have the humility, and that's actually the male that needs humility to know that it is not all. Anyway, folks, I leave it at this today. I hope this made sense. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.